Good afternoon from Northern Ontario. My name's Dave. This is McCarroll Siding, my N-scale railroad. And this week, we're going to do some laser cutting. I was starting to build some scratch-built sheds, open sheds for the layout in the yard. And I sat down with Corel Draw, which is my vector drawing program, and started to draw out these trusses for the buildings. And I soon realized that it was taking me a couple of hours to scale everything, get it right angles, make it look like it was supposed to, and everything else. And then I had a brainwave. I thought to myself, there must be pictures of trusses on the internet. There's got to be. And sure shooting, there are a ton of them. So I went online, and I got a picture of some trusses. Let me see if I can. I'll just bring it up here. You're gonna see it in a minute anyway. Where are we here? Pictures. Okay, and I want to switch to 6. Preview 6 and whoosh. So there's the truss that we're going to work with. It's called a double howl truss. And we're going to take this and put it in Lightburn, which is the software we're going to use. Lightburn is the software that controls the laser cutter. I've got cardstock. I've already done a test. You can tell there's a hole right through the middle of this cardboard. I've already done a test just to make sure that it would work while we were doing this. So I can do the whole thing again from the start, and you'll see how it works. So we'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of this. And let's switch over to Lightburn. And Lightburn is camera 6. Preview 6. There we go. So I'm going to erase this. I'm going to delete that. Oops. And we're going to start over. This laser is about 400 by 400 millimeters. So it's a decent size, and for N scale, you'll have to be building a huge building to use the whole surface here. When we switch to the picture of the laser, I'll show you its parts so you can see it. So the first thing we're going to do here is we've got a new file to create. So we're going to import, and we're going to look, and we're going to find that truss. We're going to take the truss and put it on what is the build surface, or the cut surface of the cutter itself. Now the first thing we have to do is convert this into something that Lightburn understands. So we're going to go to Tools. Oh no, we'll do it this way. We'll do this. Right click on the picture and come down here, and it says Trace Image. So you click there, the window's going to open up. This is showing you that it's traced it already. I've got it set to delete the image after the traces. So when I click here, all I'm going to get is this outline drawing of the actual truss. Now the truss isn't in very good shape here right now for what I need. So the first thing I've got to do is I've got to come up here to arrange, and I've got to ungroup them. So now everything that you're looking at is a separate part. The triangles here are separate parts. The little plates that are supposed to be at each joint are separate parts. Now the problem with this, I haven't figured out how to engrave yet. I'm sure it has something to do with the intensity and the speed of the laser, but I'll get to it eventually. Right now my real need is for cutting things out. So now that this has been ungrouped, I can just take and select, and I can delete the stuff I don't want. So there's writing, you can see there was writing in here. I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to pick it, and I'm going to delete it. Now, one of the problems with these little plates is that they were being cut out, and that weakened the truss terribly, to the point where I'm going to switch back and see. Okay, camera 5 is what I want. Oh, there we are. To the point that when I was cutting trusses, they were coming out in bits and pieces because there were these big holes at the corners of everything. So we have to remove those. So again, all I'm going to do is I've got the selection tool selected. I'm going to surround these little truss plates, and I'm going to delete them. Now, you move around by using your scroll button, and you can zoom in and zoom out. Now, you don't have to be overly precise here. You notice that when I'm drawing this box, I'm drawing it much larger than the thing I want to get rid of. If I was trying to get rid of everything, or just say this big triangle, I would have to click on the triangle itself to make it happen. You like surround that triangle, it would then just take that triangle out. And we don't want that. We want to keep the triangles. So here, and delete. Delete. Scroll over here. Now, to be honest, I've had just about, this is Thursday, I've had 4 days experience with Lightburn. I started Monday, so I am no expert and take almost everything I say with a grain of salt. So here we now have, oh, sorry, let's go back to the, let's see if it goes. Boy, we're having trouble with the switcher today. 6, there we go. We won't worry about fading, we'll just do jump cuts. So now we have this. So the next thing I want to do is surround all of it. That selects everything. I'm going to go back to arrange, and I'm going to group it so it's one big piece for Lightburn. Now it's the wrong size for what I want. So up here, right here, you can input the width and the height of your image. So I know that this is 121, and you can see it changes immediately by 21. I press enter, and now we have a small truss. This is the right size and scale for end scale. This will go across 2 tracks. It still leaves space either side. At some point, I may design the framework that holds it up, also out of images and graphics and stuff that I find on the web. because it's a little easier. It's much faster if you can find a picture of it, especially with this trace function built in here. So now I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to duplicate it. And now I have 2 of them. So now I'm going to select them. My cardboard is down here. I'm going to put some machinist blocks on them. And I'm going to use the frame function, which is over here. And I'm going to click on frame. And you'll see it's way up there. Okay, so that's not what I wanted. So let's see if we bring it down here. Okay, and now I'm going to switch to camera 3. And let's try that again so you can see it. So frame. So it is all on the cardboard. I can move the laser head around, so I can bring it down here. And I can go frame again. And you can see I can now place these just by moving the head and doing frame. The important thing is this little there's a drop down box. Let me go back to 6. Right over here, right there. If I zoom in, it doesn't zoom in the interface, it just zooms in the graphic. And there are several choices. Current position, user origin. So we're going to go user origin, and I'm going to go frame again. And you'll see it's drawing it just where I want it to draw. So we'll go back to 3. So let's get ready, and we're going to start to cut. Now, a couple of safety features. First off, I have a fire extinguisher down there. That fire extinguisher is because this is cutting, and everything is cutting, it's burning. And so it can set things on fire, especially if you monkey around with the power settings and stuff and have it way too high. The other thing is, they have predominantly put a big yellow sticker up here. That yellow sticker reads, "Do not leave machine running unattended." So you don't start this thing and go upstairs and have a coffee for 49 minutes and then come back down, because you may be walking into a fire. So you make sure you stay here with your machine at all times. Have some kind of fire suppressant available in case it does catch fire. As you've got an investment here, you could quickly push the head of the machine away from what's burning and give it a douse. Even water would do it, but I think it's better if you've got a fire extinguisher. And they're not that expensive anymore. I thought they would be really expensive, but I think I paid $25, $30 for that fire extinguisher. So we are ready to cut. The other thing is, although this has a shield here that protects your eyes, you should never guarantee that you're not going to look around it or look over or look behind it. You want to make sure you wear safety glasses, and they provide you with a pair of green safety glasses. Now these things basically cut out all color. All you're seeing is green. So we know the cardboard's in the right place. We have it locked down with the 1, 2, 3 blocks. And so all I do now is I come over here and I click start. Now it's going to take probably 2-3 minutes here work to cut both of these. It's really important that you select your material. So you need to know its thickness, and you need to know the type of material. I went online and found a library file for Lightburn that has materials in it, and it gives you the materials, and when you select one, it gives you the right speed and the right power for cutting it. So that makes life a lot easier too. I will see if I can find that file location on the web, and I will put it in the comments, so that if you do have one of these and you want to put it in with into your Lightburn software, I recommend it. Again, it's very easy to use, and if you're a newbie at it like I am, then it makes it much easier, because you just go in and say, okay, I've got 1/8" basswood that's 2 millimeters thick, and so you find wood in the library, you find basswood in the library, and then you find the thickness of your material, and it will go ahead and set it all up for you without you having to run through how to do things. So I think it's worth having. Like I say, I will. It's on my laptop. I know it's on my laptop. I will find out where I got it from, and I will include it in the links for this video. Now, while this is doing this, I want to just talk about the layout. The layout is now one continuous loop of track. Everything is down. All the switches are in place. Yesterday it was Wednesday, so Tuesday and Wednesday I started to wire it. I tried some locomotives on it, and some of them ran and some of them didn't run. So what I'm doing now is I've got all my locals over on my programming track. I'm giving them their four-digit numbers, and then I'm running them on the programming loop for at least half an hour each, to make sure that they are running and that all of the functions on it work properly. So next week, if I take some more, I'll take some more time in the coming week to wire the layout, and we will maybe actually be able to run a train next week. I did say that I would have it done by the end of September, and next week is the end of September. So now I'm just going to push. I'm going to push the head of the laser cutter out of the way, all the way to the top. I'm going to remove my 1, 2, 3 blocks that have kept the cardboard from moving around and kept it flat. And I'm going to take and you can see down here that we've got 2 trusses cut. So now what you have to do is be very careful. You've got to remember this is N scale, and that the spaces on these trusses is literally like 1 millimeter. So you want to just gentle push until it comes out. Now if it doesn't come out, don't force it. I repeat that, don't force it. So I'm just going to push. Okay, there it goes. There it goes. Now if it doesn't cut through all the way the first time, which for some reason this isn't being. Okay. I don't want to yank on it because I'll break it. Okay. I'm just going to step away for a second. I've got to go get a scalpel. So, if I take off my green glasses, I don't have to have those on. So all I'm going to do now is take the scalpel just gently cut through. Like I say, you don't want to force it, you'll break them. Now what this is telling me is that I need to change the power setting, because the one I did earlier, I did it on a different setting. There we go, that's one. There we go. So we cut that out. I'm just going to sit it up here. So now we've got two trusses. So you just pop out the triangles. Again, don't force it. Now this does get smoky, and so what I'm going to do is just over here in the other part of the basement here, I have a paint booth that's vented to the outside, vented through one of the windows. And what I'm going to do is, this is going to get sort of permanently parked over there, and I'm going to make some kind of fume hood so that we can extract the smoke. But these ones aren't as pretty. I'm a little concerned that these ones don't seem to be as nice. There we go. So we have two trusses. There, against my shirt that you can see. In N scale. So you can see it is not that difficult. If this 70-year-old can learn a new trick, ride a new pony, I think anybody can. Take your time and be willing to make lots of mistakes. As I've said several times about this layout and about this and about the layout itself, it is an experiment. Lots of the things I have never done before. So just like I've never wired a layout before, I've never ever used a laser cutter before. So I'm just going to do something here. I'm going to go down to the library, and I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to select another set of settings, and we're going to burn one more of these, because I want to make sure that. So bring the laser head down. I've got the material selected. I've saved it. Go back to the laser, and I'm going to click frame. And I'm going to click start it and put on the glasses again. I just want to see what the big difference is between what I just, the first settings I used here, which didn't cut all the way through, which makes it difficult when in unscale because these are so fine. Oh, I just banged it. Oh, man. How badly did you bang that out? Well, we'll see. Well, that doesn't look like I damaged it that much. Because these little trusses are very, very fine. Like if I take there's my calipers. I'm going to turn around and face away from the struts on these are 0.88 millimeters. That is tiny. The big uprights are 1.4 millimeters. So you can see it's a very delicate little structure that I'm cutting out. So I'm going to put the glasses back on because I'm facing towards the darn laser. And okay, so it's just about to finish the first one. Now it's starting the second one, and I just want to see if, because the two I cut out as a test, I cut them out using a basswood setting, and this one I just cut out for you, I used the paper stock setting, and it definitely did not cut all the way through. In fact, one of them here is broken. It's usable, but it's broken, and I would prefer for them to all be solid, not having the breaks in them, which is just going to make it easier to build the layout. So what's going to happen with these is I've got some evergreen plastic, styrene I-beams and H-beams, and I'm going to build a structure, and then these things are going to sit on the structure, and then there are going to be columns holding the whole thing up. Now you could cut all of this by hand, but you'd be working for hours, especially at the thin scale that these things are being produced at. Almost done here. It is just going to the peak, and then it'll come down one side, and we should be finished. So that's all there is for this week. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you people who have subscribed. That's a bonus. I want to remind you to there we go. See, that's much better. Yeah, that's much better. So, I'm just going to leave those in there and say thank you again for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing, and if you ring the bell, we will notify you when the next time I put them up. So normally I shoot these on a Thursday. I use Tuesday and Wednesday to prep for it, and we'll try and get everything ready. Like I say, next week, I'm not promising anything, but I'm hoping that we can run some engines on the layout. Maybe even a full train or something, just to see if it'll haul it and stuff. I'm a little concerned about some of the curves I've got from the diesels, but we'll see how it goes. So, be good to yourself, Be good to your family. Take care of them. And remember, it's your railroad, you do it your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.